get into this one right here. More ex-NBA players continue to run their mouths, and Ja Morant gets outshot from the three-point line by the wannabe Michael Jordan. That's right, folks. Live by the three, die by the three, folks. Oh boy, let's talk about this real quick. And I seen this on Too Raw for TV, and he had a great perspective on it. So we're not going to repeat what he said. Basically, if you want to go see go see the video, I recommend you go see the video. And it's basically, Chandler Parsons and Danny Green. I think they're on FanDuel, and folks, they need money. They need money. More NBA players need money. And these are guys who made $100 million in their career. But again, folks, like I always say, when they retire from making tens of millions of dollars, which would be a dream to me and you folks, and making hundreds of millions of dollars, which would be a dream for you and me, folks. But for some reason, that wasn't a dream for them, right? That's never to be seen money again for me and you folks. See you later. Bye-bye. I have nothing else to say. I won't be working again. But apparently, folks, when these NBA players today, not the players like, that played in the 60s or 70s or 80s or 90s, but the guys in the 2000s, 2010s, and probably the 2020s, as we will see in the future. These guys that made $10 million a year, $20 million a year, $60 million a year, again, $100 million or more in their career, have to get a job when they retire, like me and you. And forget about them getting pension too. I guess that's not enough on top of the tens of millions they made a year. Don't get it twisted. They didn't make $10 million in their career. They made tens of millions for their career. And I heard JJ Redick asked, I forget what another podcast. They need money. And they were asking why a lot of NBA players went broke back in the day. And he really couldn't explain it. He said a lot of dumb stuff that didn't make any sense. And he said something about, them having to pay their agent, their manager, their lawyer, their blah, 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 blah. There's a whole bunch of dribble to make you believe that these guys really make this kind of money and could be broke one day. I like the Antoine Walker thing, right? The replacement, the Antoine, ain't that his name? I think so. Antoine Walker. The replacement that they gave this guy, like, really? Nobody said nothing about this big cow-looking dude? You expect me to believe this is Antoine Walker? Come on, man. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. Come on. And then the Paul Pierce replacement, you got to do better than that. Folks, you'll only hear this from this channel because we're not scared to talk truth. That is not Paul Pierce. That is not the real Paul Pierce. Get out of here, folks. I think it was, I don't know. It was somewhere when he started, I don't know. I want to say when he started, when those allegations came up. I think he got kicked off of ESPN or something like that. This don't look like Paul Pierce, man. Anyway, we won't get into that. So, yeah, they were going on with this nonsense. And obviously, Shaq has been in his feelings. And this is what I don't get, folks. I will protect Shaq to the end about this. But on the other hand, these guys have been disrespected for a long time. Disrespected. And if I supposedly made tens of millions and hundreds of millions, and in Shaq's case, woof, no telling how much money this guy supposedly made. In his basketball career and endorsements. I mean, like, where's the integrity from these guys? To let these guys basically get buried, beat up, pooped on for all these years. And I guess you could say it started maybe after LeBron James lost his sixth championship, right? And, you know, the Nick Wrights and the Shannon Sharps and all these guys, you know, some, what do you call them? YouTube, Unclutch Sports agents. So all these guys, they start talking about unathletic white guys, the competition in the 90s, the, what do you call this, expansion league. I mean, it just went on and on. Like, after this guy got his 6 finals, I call them 6 finals blowout losses. Because to me, this guy never seen a game 7. That's crazy. It's like Michael Jordan never seen a game 7 going in the opposite way, folks. To go 6-0. He never seen a game 7. LeBron James, in all of his losses, never seen a game 7. In all of his series losses. Never seen a game. Tell me if I'm wrong. I thought that was right. He never seen a game 7. So, you know how I am, man. I try to stay on the subject, but it's just so much with this guy. And so when he lost his 6 finals, and they start coming out of woodworks, talking about the 90s, you know, the 80s too, whatever. And the fact is, these guys waited maybe until last year to start clapping back, right? The 80s guys, the 90s guys, they start clapping back then. And not really in a way to where you could destroy them and humiliate this era of NBA. At times, some of these guys said something, but not really on the level that they got clapped at themselves. Okay? So, Shaq has been like on a little rampage, going off, saying he will make, who is this? Wemby quit, and who else was this guy? Man, I don't think he was even, you know, like one of them dudes. Oh, Chet Holmgren. He will make Chet Holmgren and Wemby quit if he played against him. So Chandler Parsons and Danny Green clapped back. And they said something about Shaq's defensive skills would not be able to work in this era because they would take him out to the perimeter, especially the 3-point line. Let me tell you something. And they try to make it look like these centers these days are shooting all these threes. Other than Wemby, these centers today average maybe 3 threes a game. I'm serious. When we talk about the Joel Embiids, the Chet Holmgrens, the Hartenstein, and we'll get into that in a minute, slow-footed Rudy Gobert. Other than Wemby, I mean, what center averages more than 3 threes a game? Not Anthony Davis. None of these guys. So, and we done seen what that has done, right? For Wemby. Let me fake an injury, a blood clot, so I can do what? Get around not making a play-in for the 2nd straight season, even though I was supposed to be the biggest hype coming into the NBA since LeBron James. So you just basically pulled a LeBron James. But even worse, because LeBron James didn't make the playoffs, and I think his 2nd year, he only missed it by like, I don't even think it was a game. I think it was a matter of, I think it was a tiebreaker with another team. And they had the tiebreaker in the regular season. So you even went worse than LeBron James because it wasn't no playoff play-in back then, but it's a play-in now. And they couldn't afford for this guy to miss the play-in for the 2nd season in a row to damage his reputation. To me, I was the biggest Wemby fan coming into this season. Big disappointment. The guy got off to a horrible start. And yes, he worked his way back up, but I don't care. And to me, it wasn't enough to make the play-in. This guy, that's first team are going to make the play-in. And trust me, if you're going to be one of the greatest players of all time, and one of the greatest players in the 2020s, and a leader, guess what? You have to be a leader. You can't just be out there shooting shots and say, look at me, I can shoot the 3. Look at me, I can block. You actually have to be a leader. This guy's just out there running around playing basketball. You know. So Danny Green, like I said, it wasn't too much Chandler Parsons. It was Danny Green saying that, you know, Shaq basically won't be able to handle these guys on defense. And maybe not. Shaq, you know, a lot of guys won't be able to handle Shaq on defense. The problem is Shaq will score 40 in this era. There's nobody to stop Shaq. Nobody. Nobody. And to me, I don't think we should be putting any of these guys in the 2020s in the same breath as Shaq. Shaq played against some of the all-time greatest centers in the 90s. It ain't even close, folks. It's crazy. And most of these centers in this era are nothing but, second-tier centers, or what would be, your second-tier centers back in the day. Maybe like a Sabonis. I'm talking about in the 90s. Most of these centers today who are supposed to be great, they would be nothing but on the level of maybe Sabonis, which he was great in his prime back in his country. But the Lottie Divox and the Rick Smiths, maybe Hall of Fame material if he would not have got hurt. These type of guys like that. But Bill Whittington, maybe a Bill Laimbeer. Maybe these guys are today in this era. The great guys that they call like Joker, Joel Embiid, these guys. But no guy in this era is on the level of the centers in the 90s. None of them. Shaq was playing against all-time great defensive players or all-time great offensive centers. You get it? You get it. That's who he was playing against. And that's who those guys were playing against when they were playing against each other. Either they were all-time great offensive centers or all-time great defensive centers. And in many cases, all-time great two-way players. All-time great two-way players. That's who Shaq was playing against on a nightly basis. These guys ain't playing nobody, folks. Nobody. Your Bams, get out of here, folks. What's this guy's name? Even Anthony Davis. We can't determine what he really is. He's a soft cookie. He couldn't battle in the trenches with a lot of these guys. He would be in trouble with a lot of power forwards back in the day. Anthony Davis would. Like I told you guys before, Joker to me will be nothing but a Lottie Divox. That's all it would be in the 90s. To me, he just ain't got it, man, like that. I think they would crush him. Who's the big, grizzly, powerful center he's going against in this era? You know what I'm saying? Like every 3 games, every 5 games. Who is it? I haven't seen him. So I don't know, folks. We shouldn't put those guys in the 90s, those centers, in the same breath as these guys. And on top of that, these guys haven't did nothing. Joker has 1 ring. That's it. These centers haven't did nothing to be in the same breath with these all-time great centers in the past. Haven't done nothing. Nothing. So Anthony Edwards goes off in the 4th quarter and softs it up like a biscuit. And I give the man credit. You ain't been hearing nothing coming out of my mouth about him. He's been playing pretty good. I got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, if this is what his game is, folks, I guess if he just wants to be known for, a high value 3-point shooter, I guess, folks. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. Why don't he just get in the 3-point contest? We know he's scared to get in the dunk contest, but this guy took like 11 threes last night, and John Morant took like 13. God, man. Whatever. It's all they take in this era anyway, so I mean, I guess you can't say too much. In a sense, I don't have really too much to say about this guy until the playoffs come. I mean, this is his big opportunity. They got rid of Cat, so I really don't know what else to say. I mean, his fans get mad when I beat him up, so I haven't been beating him up lately, whether they won or they lost. But I don't feel like he's been playing bad lately. He's been playing good. He really ain't been doing nothing stupid, saying nothing stupid. and he's just been playing. But we just, to me, we just need to lead these guys in the league all their own. And like I said in the past, if this is the game they want to play, that's fine with me. There's no hate about it. If these guys want to be known for a 3-point game, I guess that's all they want to be known for. They're telling you these guys are the all-time great skill guys, but they do nothing but shoot threes. There's no execution, no X's and O's, no fundamentals. And they're supposed to be making more money in this era, record-breaking contracts, for a league that's tanking and going down the damn drain, and only have one skill, shoot a three. That's it. And I'm trying to tell you, these guys are supposed to be making all this money. Give me a break. If these guys make this kind of money, wow, that's pretty bad, folks. I just don't know what to say about it. You just need to find a way to talk to your boss and see if you can do half of what was done back in the past to get your job done. Seriously. And get paid even more. This is the only job that I know that you do half of what you used to do and get paid more. This is crazy, folks. It works so good. It's appealing to the fans. No, folks, it's so bad that the fans don't care about this trash. That's the problem. They're losing so much money, but they don't want to change the style of play because these guys don't have it like that, folks. They don't have it like the guys in the past. They would, if they weren't allowed to carry and travel and all this nonsense, these guys would be, I don't know. I don't know how good they would be. They would be, I don't know. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. It's beyond trying to, grasp. But what would it be like if these guys played real basketball that was played, to me, up until, I don't know, the 210s? And these guys are supposed to be so greatly skilled, all these international players, but they came in and they destroyed the game, carrying and traveling and just shooting a whole bunch of threes. And yeah, okay.